Hey everyone, what's up? It's your man Paul, welcome back to the channel. Listen, I know you guys are always looking for the best travel tips, the coolest destinations, the most epic adventures. But today we're switching gears. Today we're talking about what not to do. Today we're diving headfirst into the dark side of vacation planning, the resorts that you should avoid like the plague. That's right, we're about to expose the worst resorts in Germany. These are the places that promise you paradise but deliver a whole lot of disappointment. We're talking moldy rooms, terrible service, and enough bad reviews to make your head spin. So if you're planning a trip to Germany anytime soon, do yourself a favor and watch this video before you book anything. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Now let's get into it. Alright, first up on our list of resorts to avoid is Hotel Tropical Islands, located in Krausneck, just outside of Berlin. Now, I know what you're thinking. Tropical Islands? In Germany? Sounds kinda cool actually. And yeah, I get it. The name itself conjures up images of like, lush rainforests, crystal clear waters, maybe a cocktail with a little umbrella in it. But don't let the name fool you. This place is about as tropical as my grandmother's basement in the middle of winter. Imagine this. You walk into this massive hangar. And I mean massive, we're talking about a former airship hangar here. And it's supposed to be this tropical paradise. There are palm trees everywhere, a fake beach, even a wave pool. But it's all just off. The air is thick and humid, but not in a good way. It's like that feeling you get when you walk into a greenhouse that's been closed up for a week. And the smell? Let's just say it's a unique blend of chlorine, sweat, and desperation. But hey, maybe you can escape the sensory overload by chilling in your room, right? Wrong. The rooms here are tiny, like claustrophobia-inducing tiny, and they're overpriced. We're talking about paying a premium for the privilege of sleeping in a converted storage closet. And the food? Don't even get me started on the food. It's your typical overpriced, underwhelming buffet fare. You know, the kind of food that makes you question your life choices. Yeah, that kind of food. Look, I'm all for trying new things, but Hotel Tropical Islands is one adventure I would definitely skip. It's crowded, overpriced, and about as authentically tropical as a snow globe. Next up on our list of German resorts to avoid is the Seaside Park Hotel in Zingst. This place has been on the radar for all the wrong reasons, and today, we're diving deep into why it's earned such a notorious reputation. Now this one pains me a little bit because the location itself is actually quite beautiful. Nestled along the Baltic Sea, Zingst is a picturesque town that promises a serene escape from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. We're talking about the Baltic coast here, people. The kind of place where you can lose yourself in the sound of the waves and the sight of endless horizons. Sandy beaches, charming towns, that fresh sea air. It's the kind of place that could be a real slice of heaven. Imagine long walks on the beach, quaint cafes, and the gentle breeze carrying the scent of the sea. But then, you have the Seaside Park Hotel, which is more like a concrete monstrosity plunked right in the middle of paradise. It's as if someone decided to drop a giant, uninspired block of cement in an otherwise idyllic setting. From the outside, it looks fine. A little dated maybe, but not terrible. You might think, hey, it's not the Ritz, but it'll do. But oh, how wrong you'd be. But then you step inside, and it's like stepping back in time, but not in a good way. It's as if the interior designers were stuck in a time warp and couldn't decide between the 1970s and the early 2000s. The lobby is this weird mix of 1970s chic and early 2000s afterthought. It's a confusing blend that leaves you wondering what decade you've stumbled into. Think shag carpets, wood paneling, and maybe a plastic fern or two for good measure. It's like a museum exhibit of bad design choices. And don't even think about connecting to the Wi-Fi because it's about as reliable as a weather forecast in a hurricane. You'll spend more time trying to connect than actually getting anything done. But hey, maybe the rooms are better, right? Wrong again. The disappointment continues as you make your way to your accommodation. The rooms are small, outdated, and in dire need of a renovation. It's like they haven't seen a fresh coat of paint or new furniture in decades. We're talking about peeling wallpaper, stained carpets, and furniture that looks like it was purchased from a going-out-of-business sale at a retirement home. It's the kind of place where you'd rather not take your shoes off. And the breakfast? Oh, the breakfast. You'd think that at least the food would be a redeeming factor, but no. It's a buffet, which is always a risky proposition, but this one takes the cake. Or rather it doesn't, because the cake is probably stale. It's like they went out of their way to find the most bland, uninspired food imaginable. You'll find yourself longing for a simple piece of toast that doesn't taste like cardboard. We're talking about powdered eggs, soggy cereal, and fruit that's seen better days. It's a breakfast experience that leaves much to be desired. Look, I get it. You're paying for the location, not the hotel itself. The allure of the Baltic Sea and the charming town of Zingst is undeniable. But even then, the Seaside Park Hotel is a letdown. It's a stark reminder that sometimes even the best locations can't make up for a subpar hotel experience. It's like that friend who shows up to a party wearing Crocs and cargo shorts. They might be in the right place, but they're definitely not doing it right. The Seaside Park Hotel is that friend, and unfortunately it's bringing down the whole vibe. Alright, let's move on to our next victim, shall we? Buckle up because this one's a doozy. This time we're heading to the Swiss Alps, a place known for its stunning scenery, charming villages, and Hotel Baron. Yes, you heard that right. Okay, maybe not so much the last one. But let's give it a fair shot, shall we? Now on paper, Hotel Baron sounds like it could be a real winner. The brochures and website paint a picture of a cozy, idyllic retreat. It's located in Wilderswil, which is a stone's throw from Interlaken, one of the most beautiful towns in the Swiss Alps. The location alone should make it a prime spot for tourists. And the hotel itself looks the part, from the outside at least. It has that quintessential Swiss charm that makes you want to snap 100 photos. It's this quaint little chalet-style building with flower boxes in the windows and a cozy, inviting vibe. It's the kind of place you'd expect to find in a fairy tale, but then you step inside, and that's when things start to go downhill, fast. First of all, there's this smell. It hits you like a wall as soon as you walk through the door. I don't know how else to describe it other than musty. It's like a mix of old books, damp wood, and maybe a hint of something that died in the walls a few decades ago. The smell is not overpowering, but it's definitely there, lurking in the background, waiting to assault your nostrils when you least expect it. It's like an unwelcome guest that just won't leave. And it's not just the smell that's the problem. And then there are the rooms. Oh, the rooms. They're a whole other level of disappointment. Where do I even begin? They're small, cramped, and about as welcoming as a root canal. The rooms are so tiny that you can barely move around without bumping into something. It feels more like a prison cell than a hotel room. The furniture looks like it was salvaged from a dumpster, the carpets are stained, and the overall decor is just sad. And the walls are paper thin, so you can hear your neighbors snoring, arguing, and doing whatever else people do in hotel rooms. Privacy, forget about it. The staff at Hotel Baron are about as friendly as a family of wolverines defending their den. They're unhelpful, unfriendly, and seem genuinely annoyed that you would even dare to darken their doorstep. They're unhelpful, unfriendly, and seem genuinely annoyed that you would even dare to darken their doorstep. Customer service is clearly not their strong suit. Look, I'm all for supporting local businesses, but Hotel Baron is one place I would avoid like the plague. It's overpriced, underwhelming, and the smell alone is enough to send you running for the hills. It's overpriced, underwhelming, and the smell alone is enough to send you running for the hills. Save your money and your sanity. Find somewhere else to stay. Alright, buckle up kids, because we're about to enter the world of wellness retreats gone wrong. That's right, we're talking about Kurhotel Pyramid in Bad Warrishofen, a place that promises rejuvenation, relaxation, and a whole lot of pampering. But let me tell you something, the only thing you'll be rejuvenating at Kurhotel Pyramid is your skepticism about online reviews. From the outside, Kurhotel Pyramid looks interesting. It's this giant pyramid-shaped building that's supposed to, I don't know, harness the power of the cosmos or something. But once you step inside, it's clear that this place is less about ancient healing energies and more about outdated decor and questionable hygiene. The spa facilities, which are supposed to be the main attraction, are a real letdown. The pool is small and crowded, the saunas are lukewarm, and the massage tables look like they've seen better days. And the treatments? Don't even get me started on the treatments. They're overpriced, underwhelming, and the staff seems about as qualified to give a massage as my pet hamster. But the real kicker? The rooms. They're small, cramped, and about as luxurious as a prison cell. The beds are hard, the pillows are lumpy, and the only view you're going to get is of the parking lot. Look, I get it. Wellness retreats are supposed to be about disconnecting from the outside world and focusing on your inner peace, but it's kind of hard to find your zen when you're surrounded by chipped paint, flickering fluorescent lights, and the faint scent of chlorine and despair. Last but not least, we have Wald Hotel Bad Sulza. A place that sounds like it should be a peaceful retreat nestled in the heart of the Thüringer Wald, a beautiful forested region in Germany. And you know what? It could be. The location itself is stunning. Rolling hills, lush forests, fresh air. It's the kind of place that could soothe your soul and make you forget all about the stresses of everyday life. Imagine waking up to the sound of birds chirping, the gentle rustle of leaves in the breeze, and the sight of sunlight filtering through the trees. It's the kind of place where you could take long walks, breathe in the fresh pine-scented air, and feel completely at peace with the world. But then you have Waldhotel Bad Sulza, which is more likely to give you nightmares than sweet dreams. First of all, let's talk about the smell. Remember that musty odor I mentioned earlier? The one that smells like old books, damp wood, and maybe a hint of something that died in the walls? Yeah, that smell is alive and well at Waldhotel Bad Sulza, but this time, it's not just a hint, it's a full-blown assault on your senses. It's like they've pumped the entire hotel full of that smell, just to make sure you never forget where you are. And then there are the rooms. Oh, the rooms. Where do I even begin? They're dark, dingy, and about as welcoming as a haunted house. The furniture looks like it was purchased from a flea market, the carpets are stained, and the walls are adorned with what I can only assume are supposed to be decorative mold patterns. But wait, there's more. The mattresses are so old and lumpy, you might as well sleep on the floor. And don't even think about opening the windows because the only thing you'll be letting in is a swarm of mosquitoes and the faint sound of someone playing the accordion very badly. The windows themselves are in such poor condition that you might struggle to open them at all. And if you do manage to get them open, good luck getting them closed again. The bathrooms are another horror story. The tiles are cracked, the fixtures are rusty, and the water pressure is almost non-existent. Taking a shower feels more like a gentle drizzle, and you're left wondering if you're actually getting clean or just moving the dirt around. The towels are thin and scratchy, and you might find yourself longing for the comfort of your own bathroom at home. The dining experience isn't much better. The food is bland and uninspired, and the dining room itself feels more like a cafeteria than a cozy retreat. The tables and chairs are mismatched, and the overall atmosphere is one of neglect and disrepair. It's hard to enjoy a meal when you're constantly reminded of the hotel's many shortcomings. Look, I'm all for roughing it in the great outdoors, but there's a difference between embracing nature and subjecting yourself to a hotel that's one step away from being condemned. Waldhotel Bad Sulza might have a beautiful location, but the hotel itself is a far cry from the peaceful retreat it promises to be. If you're looking for a relaxing getaway in the Thüringer Wald, you might want to look elsewhere. In conclusion, while the Thüringer Wald is a stunning destination worth visiting, Waldhotel Bad Sulza is not the place to stay if you want to enjoy it. There are plenty of other accommodations in the area that can offer you the comfort and tranquility you're seeking. So do yourself a favor and steer clear of this moldy nightmare. So there you have it. 5 of the worst resorts in Germany that you should absolutely avoid. I know it's easy to get drawn in by fancy photos and big promises, but trust me, you don't want to waste your time or money on these places. Always check the reviews, do your research, and make sure your vacation is the relaxing experience it's meant to be. Remember, a little bit of planning goes a long way. Don't let a bad hotel ruin your trip. There are plenty of amazing places to stay in Germany, so choose wisely and enjoy your adventure. And hey, if you've stayed at any of these places, let me know your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, travel smart and stay safe.